After 9 years of silence, India's most controversial billionaire has finally spoken. But this isn't a press release, not a PR stunt. This is a raw, 4 hour long conversation with Raj Shamani. Unfiltered, emotional, and more revealing than anything we've heard before.
Liquor Baron Vijay Mallya, who finds himself in a raging 9,000 crore loan default scam.
India public opinion is very quickly formed and influenced by the media. Chor, paisa loot ke bhag gaya. Kya paisa? Kya loot?
Hi, I'm Vijay Mallya.
It's not just huge, it is humongous.
Nothing else comes close. Kingfisher is a class apart.
Vijay Mallya case.
Airlines.
India's biggest airline.
Going to be there amongst the best airlines in the world.
This is the man who once lived like a king and today sits in exile, branded a fugitive by a billion people. But what if the story we've believed all this time wasn't quite the full picture?
Went to Shri Pranab Mukherjee, then Finance Minister of India. I have to downsize this airline. I was told not to downsize Kingfisher at that time. You continue, banks will support you. That is how it all started.
Because the headlines said Vijay Mallya ran away, that he looted 9,000 crore rupees from Indian banks, partied in luxury while employees starved, and escaped justice in a private jet.
I told the Finance Minister, Arun Jaitley, before leaving for the airport.
Wait, what? After all this time, he's saying he didn't flee? That's where the cracks in the public story begin. And what he says next changes everything.
To suspend all of its flights. Kingfisher Airlines has been struggling.
At the time when you asked loan, the company was not doing that great.
Please never forget, I gave my personal guarantee. So all this narrative of chor kabhi apna personal guarantee deta hai kya?
Let's rewind. Kingfisher Airlines wasn't just another business. It was Mallya's legacy project. An airline that brought luxury to Indian skies. But between skyrocketing fuel prices, taxes, and policy hurdles, it started bleeding. To save it, he took loans, lots of them. But according to Mallya, they weren't hidden or fraudulent. And here's where the narrative flips again. Mallya claims he offered to repay the banks multiple times, not just small payments, the full principal amount.
I made 4 settlement offers to banks,
Between 2012 to 2015?
which they refused to accept.
According to him, this wasn't about justice, it was about optics. A billionaire fall guy during a national push for anti-corruption. But no matter what, the collapse hurt real people. Hundreds of Kingfisher employees left without salaries, answers, or support. This is where the story becomes harder to categorize because villains don't usually grieve over the people they allegedly defrauded. Now, here's the part that stings the most. Mallya claims that Indian agencies have already seized more assets than he even owed.
Allegations and false narratives being painted by people. If you analyze them, they make no sense.
In other words, he says he overpaid.
So I would like to ask the legacy media, where did the 14,000 crores come from? Share price of Kingfisher Airlines. Now you see. Now do you see how people pick and choose to discredit you?
He says the case isn't about justice anymore. It's about winning headlines and punishing an icon who fell from grace.
You were sad, but were you sorry about it?
Sorry, I apologize publicly to everyone for the failure of Kingfisher Airlines. Till today, I am willing to apologize. I did my very best. I tried very, very hard. I put in my money, blood, sweat, and tears. It didn't work. Sadly, it didn't work. I'm very sorry.
So, was Vijay Mallya a con artist who scammed a nation or a flawed dreamer caught in a political firestorm? This podcast didn't give us the verdict, but it gave us the missing chapter. Now that you've heard his side, what do you believe?
On 2nd of March, you left Delhi Airport for London in a Jet Airways flight 9W122 from T3 with 55 big suitcases.